Hi guys, welcome to my videos. So guys, today in this video I'm going to give you some travel tips for India in this COVID-19 pandemic. So before I proceed further, if you have not already subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe right now. So guys, in this video not going to discuss the incoming requirements for international travelers to India, because that I have discussed in various other videos. Rather, I'll explain what you are supposed to do after you reach India. So in India, some of you may go to New Delhi, to Mumbai or Chennai, and from there you may take another flight to somewhere else, some other state. Okay. So in India, what the situation is at the federal level, at the central level, for incoming international passengers, if you meet the criteria, 72 hours criteria of the negative test, you don't need to quarantine. But this can change at any time, so it's always good to read the updated criteria, current criteria, before you pack your bags. Anyway, so in my case, I had traveled to Jharkhand, Ranchi airport from New Delhi. So when I was in the plane itself, they announced that as per the Jharkhand government rule, they are gonna conduct COVID-19 test on arrival for people coming from other states. So I was going from New Delhi to Ranchi, so definitely you may think that I would be tested, but actually I was not. I went there, I explained them that I had already done and I am traveling internationally, not from New Delhi. So they checked and they said, okay, fine, you can go. Similar things may vary in other states, so first of all, consider that. Second thing is about COVID protocols. So in India, like, I have been to various cities in my in my last trip, and except at some places like New Delhi airport or Ranchi airport or main places, I did not find people following COVID protocols 100%. But for your safety, it's always advisable to wear a mask, because I was in Ranchi, in other cities, even in rural areas also, and in rural areas I did not find anybody masked inside any establishment, be it a bank, a shop, or a market. But in cities, some people I did find masked. So it's a good thing that you should be masked. Next is, like, it's always good when you travel to India to carry some cash, because your cards may not help everywhere, and especially if you're traveling internationally and you carry an international card. Let's say if you're going from Canada and you carry Canadian credit cards, out of 10, 4 shops you cannot use that card, because it happened with me, because not all of them have their international transaction enabled. At airport and other places it's always working, but if you go to local shops, local places, it may or may not work. For me, at some places it worked, for me at some places it did not work. So it's always good to have some cash, or if you have a local bank, something you can always do. Another thing you can do, like, your international roaming could be very expensive, but in India nowadays phone plans are way cheap, you can't even imagine. Like, I purchased one Reliance Jio plan, 2 GB data per day and unlimited calling for a month. It's like 200 rupees, around that, I think 240 something. So in Canada you can't even imagine that at such a cost. So if you have a phone that is compatible with Indian frequency, it works. Otherwise, you can also buy a phone over there. Those things are also really very cheap. Like, I purchased one of Vio phone, it was around, like, if I calculate Canadian, it's like 120 or $130, and it was amazing, and still I'm using it. So make sure you get an Indian SIM card, that's really gonna help you. Then in India at this moment, all public transport modes are working, like taxi, auto rickshaw, buses, everything. I did not use buses, but I did use auto rickshaw, taxi, and trains. So all of them are working, so you will not find any problem at all. But some apps you should carry, like Ola cabs, Meru cabs, Uber also you can do. And in India these apps accept cash also, so you can do that, so that you don't have any trouble, and they are really very easy and accessible. So I had used all of that, and it's really a good thing. So make sure you have these apps. When it comes to food delivery in India, Zomato, Swiggy, these two are really important apps, and they work in almost all the cities. Even in small cities I found them working, and the delivery standards were excellent. So you can always use that. Of course the food quality is going to vary based on restaurants where you order, but overall service was really amazing. So these things you should always carry. And when it comes to security is really good in India at this time, but there are certain places you would like to avoid at late night. So make sure you do some research before you are going alone or in team, and make sure you don't do anything. And and although it is advisable to carry some cash, don't carry extra cash, don't carry excessive cash, I would say. If you carry excessive cash, that again would land you up in some trouble. So make sure you don't even do that. And apart from that, it was a very pleasant trip. Things were fine. I used almost all facilities that somebody would expect, and I returned back without any issue. So thanks for watching, guys.